What is going on YouTube? Hit it back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically in today's video, we have to talk about the continued consolidation inside what appears to be a bull flag forming on XRP, which truly, I believe, is going to cause a breakout to the upside very soon as the consolidation slowly nears its resistance. Once we can confirm closing above this major resistance level right there, I do believe we will see a pop and an injection of volume that will swing us to the upside, which could easily be 45 cents all the way up to 95 cents. Eventually long term, short term, I guess 45 cents would be my target here. But we're also going to be looking at things like Ethereum and Bitcoin, which over the past couple of days, we've kind of discovered a developing ascending fractal here, which after the run to the upside here has formed something that is creating higher highs and higher lows, which is definitely exciting. The nervous part about this is these typically have a bearish bias, the opposite of what XRP is forming, and they typically break downwards. So there's a chance we could be falling lower to moving averages at some point soon in the near future. Something to look at, something to consider. We have to figure this out as time moves on. And the S&P 500 is also seeing some very interesting things here. We've been trying to figure out as to whether or not we've hit the bottom on the S&P in the short term here. As you know, we've discussed the possibilities of a higher low formation as we've hit bottom and maybe would start to consolidate and form upwards, but we're still on the fence with that because we haven't had three confirmations yet. As you guys can see, we've only had two. We're looking for a third right here, hence why we drew the uptrend, but that doesn't necessarily mean it will hold. As you guys can see, the past couple of days we've been hanging out at this resistance, not really doing too well. Now, if we do decide to correct lower, we could easily hit 3,900 points, and we could easily break through it. There's many possibilities here that we could see happen in the near future. So this uptrend here is not necessarily something that we can, base all of our facts on. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. It could very easily be something along the lines of this, finding its support. It could even be maybe a little lower. We're not entirely sure here, but we have to kind of allow this to play out before we can make any sort of solid decisions on the market. So before I continue, I just want to give a huge shout out to today's continued sponsor, Sidus Heroes, specifically what they have just created, which is called Zenna. As you guys can see here, Zenna is already available and you can't miss it. You can participate in their early public beta completely free. And basically what they are is a AAA MMORPG game, which is within the GameFi and blockchain, kind of atmosphere here. And they are creating games where you can literally get or you can earn tokens, cryptocurrency, as well as NFTs as your characters within the game. Buy them, sell them, trade them at your leisure here, which would be really cool if all games did that. But they're definitely, they're definitely stepping up their class and definitely changing the way the GameFi space is. So more information about Sidus Heroes and Zenna will be later on in today's video. Also can be found down in the description. With that all being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So guys, super quick before I continue any further, super quick, I did on my second channel recently drop a video a couple of days ago here. I found my first salvage car to rebuild at auction. I'm still in the process of purchasing that salvaged car. I lost my last bid and I'm trying to win the next one. We'll see when that comes available here, but that might take a couple days, which is unfortunate because I really did want to start the process of rebuilding a car pretty early here, but things get delayed. I just wanted to update you guys on that. It's super annoying, but definitely make sure to check out this video if you haven't already. And with that all being said, diving into the technical analysis, as you guys can clearly see, we're going to talk about XRP super quick. But you can see we've pretty much developed a huge bull flag forming here. And if I type in bull flag crypto, you can see what exactly that looks like here. If I go to images, you can see, we could just pick one as reference here. Super quickly what a bear flag is, we have bull flags, so on and so forth, but specifically what we're dealing with is the bull flag formation here. So this is showing you what a bull flag is. So you can see a bull flag is a bullish continuation pattern that occurs in strong uptrend. Bull flag pattern looks like a downward channel denoted by two parallel trend lines against the preceding trend here. And you can see in reference, we have a beautiful flag pull followed by a consolidation period here, entering the bottom of the flag, breaking above the resistance, the price ceiling, flying to the upside, finding a target, which is really cool. And this is identical to what exactly is forming on XRP here. We have the flag pull, clear as day, the consolidation, then we're looking for the continuation pattern with a price target at 44 cents here. That's what we're dealing with. You can see it as identical to what we've discovered or what we've referenced here out of a textbook. And you can see that's what we're dealing with right now. And that's what we're looking for. Although this is going to take some time. Now, short term, we were able to capitalize off a very very small correction or dip to the downside here, where we did have a beautiful symmetrical triangle forming here, or pennant flag. This broke us bearish here. We confirmed once closed below here, that was the buying opportunity. And since then, we've managed to fall as low as maybe even 37 to 36 cents here, capitalizing off this short-term, drop. And we are still inside a major bull flag, which I do believe long-term is going to, or short-term is going to be breaking to the upside here. Long-term, I'm definitely still bullish, but short-term, I do believe that this is also very much so bullish. And at some point, the second, like I said, we confirm closure above this resistance here, the second a candle closes us above that, that's when we will be buying in long and leveraging to the upside. That easy, that simple, that's what we have to talk about. With that being said, really quickly, I do want to go over Sidus, Heroes, and Zenna with you. I want to give a huge shout out to Sidus for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose. So guys, Sidus Heroes is a blockchain MMORPG game and the first DeFi game to introduce AAA and WebGL into the play-to-earn P2E NFT ecosystem. Now, AAA refers to games that are produced with extremely high budgets, and WebGL offers players incredible visual performances without using plugins in a web browser. Now, with Sidus Heroes, you don't need any special software to start playing, and you can even enter the game directly from its website anywhere in the world. But enough talk about Sidus Heroes. What I want to tell you about is their new game called Zenna. For those who aren't familiar yet with Zenna, it's the first ever mobile strategy game featuring battle royale mechanics. It was developed by Cyber Games and published by Sidus Gates to scale up the Sidus metaverse. And the best part is Zenna is a completely free-to-play game. Zenna is one of the planets of the Sidus metaverse, abandoned by its inhabitants after the meteorite containing deadly bacteria collided with the planet. It is now that bacteria that draws treasure hunters and explorers. The bacterium had an unforeseen side effect that made the natural resources of Zenna, oil in particular, extremely valuable assets due to bacterium-based changes in the resource's chemical structure. Now, these resources are now hunted by the inhabitants of Zenna and other planets. The Xenians themselves were forced to leave their home and extract resources using robots controlled from orbital stations. Only female Xenians managed to survive, becoming a kind of galactic race of Amazons. As you can see, the lobby is the main interface of the game where you can see your robot, and the menu on the left side shows all the updates and where new robots will be added. In the future, those who transport their other characters will appear on this menu as well. Now, what's cool is in the upper left part of the screen, you can see where the daily trophy progress is displayed for the weekly bonus. Zenna also has different battle styles, and you can partake in such as their battle royale and also multiple tower games. Overall, Sidus utilizes a double token economy, allowing different categories of users to keep their interests separate. The Sidus and Senate tokens are the native tokens of the games and are listed on Bitfinex, Gate, AscendDX, Bybit, Uniswap, DexTools, and Sidus was even just listed on KuCoin, and it saw an immediate price surge upwards, which is really cool. Now, keep in mind the Sidus token is their universal utility token for all internal game processes, such as the labor market, salaries between specialists in a game, and transactions and many other things. Their Senate token is their governance political token, and it's used for political fractions, elections to become a senator or president of the game, real estate, DAO voting, and a few other things. So guys, with all that being said, Sidus Heroes NFT is offering an airdrop where you can join down below. It's completely free and gives you the chance to earn your own hero. Otherwise, shout out to Sidus Heroes and Zenna for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get back into the technical analysis. So guys, moving on from Zenna, as you guys can see here, we need to talk about the Ethereum and Bitcoin pattern. We've discovered potentially ascending fractals here. Now, they're not confirmed just yet, but we are trying to develop an early technical indicator that could help us better achieve the breakout points or breakdown points within Ethereum and Bitcoin. Now, the reason I say we haven't confirmed it yet is because we only have two supports here. We're looking for a third to really give us a solid foundation or base. Now, we do have that with the top resistance, that's for sure, but we don't have it yet with the uptrends on Bitcoin and the uptrends also on Ethereum. This is the Bitcoin pattern. This is the Ethereum pattern. We only have two supports, two retests here. We're looking for a third to really confirm that this is the good direction that we're looking for. So it is going to take a little bit of time, but I do believe we are going to continue in this pattern here. We'll see if anything changes. Obviously, the S&P is going to be the result of that, but you can also see there's also two confirmations. We're looking for a third on the S&P 500 as well. Now, here's the thing that we have to talk about here. Regardless of how we want to trade this, we do have some confirmations. We do expect to see reversals back to the upside here because we found a bottom here. There's a good chance we'll be breaking through this resistance and starting to head back up. I do think we're going to teeter-totter and fill in this cap here. But I think the main culprit is seeing how exactly the S&P 500 wants to trade us out. This is where my main focus is. The biggest thing is looking at the weekly. This is a good determination as to what's to come. We haven't necessarily had a bearish cross just yet, but we are very much so intertwined with that. And I'm hoping that this holds out very much so, and that we can start to head up higher than that. Because if we break through this and we see a bearish cross on the weekly, there's a good chance that price could easily dive down to 3,500, which isn't necessarily a positive thing that we want to see, but it wouldn't be the worst thing for the S&P 500. And I'd likely think with the way the stock market is moving and the way the economy is moving, we should hopefully be relaxing right now. We've had a lot of correction here, 28% dip in the past year. Here we are consolidating. I don't want to see any major breaks to the upside or dumps to the downside. I'd like to just see consolidation and slow, steam and sideways movement to the upside here. But in the current position that we're in, I'm hoping we can hang out above the moving average and kind of float around like this for the next coming weeks or months here. And that should hopefully influence crypto. Now, I'm hoping we bounce off this. That's the goal. And that should ideally send Bitcoin and send Ethereum as well to the upside here. Again, it's hit or miss. We're not entirely sure what's to come just yet, but I am spending quite a bit of time focusing on that. With that all being said, though, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.